welcome back to my channel. My name is Shelby and today is the start of a reading vlog. Today is Friday, May 1st. It's about 4 p.m. and I have a couple of arcs that I need to get read this weekend. They are both romance arcs, and so I figured I would just make it into a weekend reading vlog. I haven't done one of these in ages, and I figured because both of these are new releases and ones I'm really excited for, I would just kind of vlog my experience reading them. The two that I have to read come out within the next week or so. The first one is Unforgettable by Melanie Harlow, and this is the fifth and final book in the Cloverleaf Farm series. It is a small town romance series centering around 5 different sisters in the Sawyer family, and this is following the last sister, and I think it's a second chance romance between a guy that she was friends with and hooked up with in high school, and he is back in town for his sister's wedding and they reconnect, and that just sounds really good. And I've talked to a couple of my blogger friends who have already read the arc, and they said it was absolutely amazing and that the series wrapped up perfectly, so I'm so excited to read it. I think I've waited until now to pick up the arc. It has been in my possession for about a week, but I think I've waited because I just don't want this series to end, and because I think it's going to be so good, I just don't want to read it and get it over with. But it comes out on Monday the 4th, so I definitely need to read it this weekend. And then I also have an arc by R.S. Gray, which is Love the One You Hate, and I don't know much about it other than it's an enemies to lovers romance, and I've mentioned a few times on my channel that I think R.S. Gray does enemies to lovers really well, and I'm sure it's some type of romantic comedy because most of her books are. Like I said, it's about 4 o'clock. Avery woke up from her afternoon nap a little while ago, and I think we're gonna go out. Jordan needs to get a shovel, I think, from Lowe's or Home Depot, and we're gonna support one of our favorite local restaurants and get takeout. It is a Hawaiian poke place called Okashi Fusion, and we absolutely love it. I'll definitely show you guys our bowls when we get them. They are so good, and right now, since we are being quarantined at home, the only way we can kind of get out, aside from going out for walks and things, is going on drives and getting like takeout. So I think we're gonna take a break from cooking tonight and do that. Other than that, I think I'm gonna start Unforgettable this evening, and when I make some progress in it, I will come back and update you later. I am so excited to dive into this poke bowl. So I got tuna and ginger edamame, cucumber, a ton of different toppings. It is so good and really fresh. And my husband, he gets salmon and tuna, and then he gets like jalapenos and fish eggs and things like that. I don't really like those on mine. For instance, he hates the ginger and I love it, but we get like spicy mayo and all of that, and it is amazing. If you like sushi and you haven't tried a poke bowl, I highly recommend trying it if you have it in your local area. Okay, so it's the next day. It's Saturday, May 2nd. It's about 10:30 in the morning, and I have made some headway in Unforgettable by Melanie Harlow. I'm about a third of the way through. I think I'm at like 32 or 33% in. And I am loving this book so much. I read about 20% last night, and I tried to read a little bit more before bed, but I just zonked out. So I picked it back up this morning, and I haven't been able to put it down other than to kind of just like shower, get myself together. But I do want to pick it back up because, guys, I am loving this one so much. I'm so happy I picked it up, but I'm really sad that the series is coming to a close. It is about the second to the oldest Sawyer sister named April, and she's gone through some pretty traumatic things in her past, and she hasn't really been able to move on. And it's kind of kept her at bay from relationships and settling down, and now she's in her mid-30s and she's looking to do that. So she has to tackle the issues from her past, and while she's doing that, an old flame of hers named Tyler, he comes back into town. It's been 18 years since they've seen each other. They were really good friends in high school, and they hooked up on their graduation night, and they haven't really seen each other since. He was a pro baseball player, but a couple of years ago he had a really bad moment at the World Series and he kind of choked, and ever since he hasn't been able to play. There's nothing physically wrong with him, he just can't pitch anymore. And so he's seen as kind of like a failure, and he's felt really bad about himself. He's definitely a grump, but he's back home for his little sister's wedding, and that's when him and April reconnect. So it is a second chance romance, sort of, because they were friends but they only hooked up once. So it's kind of friends to lovers, kind of second chance romance. I do love the childhood friends to adult lovers trope. That is one of my favorites, and I just feel so much emotion between April and Tyler. I don't want to give away spoilers at all, so I don't want to say too much about the plot because I think it would give it away, but so far I've already been on the brink of tears. It is really emotional to me, and I'm loving it. I predict it's going to be 5 stars, but I guess I'll just have to finish it and see. So far that is all I've read and kind of all of my updates for that. For the rest of the day, it is about, like I said, 10:30 in the morning. It's about 70 degrees outside, which is perfect. I think I'm going to take Avery outside. Jordan has a few different chores to do. He has to shovel some mulch in the backyard, and then he really wants to clean out our cars. There's just a lot of like crumbs and things like that underneath the car seat, so we need to take that out, and while he does does all of that, I think I'm going to entertain Avery. She just got this new coloring pad and she is absolutely obsessed. If you have a toddler, I will link the coloring pad down below off of Amazon. It is amazing, but I'm sure she'll want to play with her water table outside. She's been loving that as well. I'll show it to you guys. Our backyard has just been a really fun place for her to play ever since we've kind of done a little bit of work on it. So I think we're going to do that and then probably have some lunch. Maybe if she's really in a good mood outside, I can read. Otherwise, I kind of have to play with her the whole time. So we'll kind of see about that, but I will come back and update you guys later. Hello, can you wave hello? Hi. Yeah, it's the camera. Can you smile?
Cheese.
Cheese. Is that your table?
Wow.
It's a beautiful day out. We just mowed our lawn yesterday.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
What's wrong? Did you take that off? Goes back on like this. There you go. Avery, where's the nene? Yeah, it's under there.
Uh-oh. What?
Yeah, it's the frog.
What?
You got the nene? Oh, in your bucket. It's gorgeous weather outside. It's only like a little under 70 degrees, which is amazing. It's been really hot lately, like almost 90, which is a little bit unbearable to be outside, but right now it's only like 11 something, so it's like a good time of day to be out. And we put her in Crocs outside, and so if they get wet, it's like super easy to clean up, and yeah, she just loves it out here. And if it's not too sunny, it's like perfect for us because we don't have a lot of shade. I think we want to get one of those kind of like tent things with like the 4 poles. Is that your quack quack? Is that your frog? Wow. Hello. You're pretty cute. Oh, is that fun? Is that your ducky? Yeah. Quack, quack, quack. Kick your ball. No, Dee Dee's somewhere else. Hello. There's no planes out today. Okay, so it's a little bit later. It is a little after 4 p.m. and during Avery's nap, she just woke up. I finished Unforgettable by Melanie Harlow. And you guys, I loved this one so much. Like I said in my last clip, I thought this would be a 5-star read, and it definitely is. It was the perfect conclusion to this series, and I'm actually so sad to see it ending. I loved April and Tyler's love story and their reconnection. And there's other things that are at play in this story that I just loved so much. And definitely get your hands on it when it does come out on Monday, May 4th. You could could read it as a standalone, but I think it's best read in the series. So if you haven't read this series already, it is available on Kindle Unlimited. The first 4 books are already up on there. This is the perfect small town romance series if you are into that kind of thing. Some books are more steamy, some books are more sweet. It has a variety of ages as well. Some of the daughters are a little bit younger, some of them are a little older. They're all going through definitely different things in their lives. So I couldn't recommend this series and this book more. I'm so excited to see what Melanie puts out next. I'm curious if it'll be another small town romance series or something completely different. I have some filming to do. I am about to film. That's why I have lashes on and look a little bit nicer. But after I do that and edit and do dinner and everything, I'm going to start Love the One You Hate by R.S. Gray. Don't know if I will update again tonight, but when I make more progress in it, I will come back tomorrow. Okay, so it is Sunday, May 3rd. It's a little bit after noon. And last night I ended up picking up Love the One You Hate by R.S. Gray. And right now I'm about 50% into it. I think I'm like 53 or 54%. And it's a really quick read. I haven't read it for that much time, but I think it's a shorter book. And it is an enemies to lovers romance like I had said previously, but what I didn't know about it was it's also kind of a Cinderella story. Our main heroine in this story is named Marin, and she has kind of had a rough life. Her parents both died when she was really young, so she was put in the foster system, but she's in her early 20s. She lives at a group home. She has a job she doesn't really like at a nursing home, and out of the blue she gets an offer for a job. One of the nursing home residents has a friend that visits her, and she's really wealthy. She's from the Cromwell family, which is a really to-do family, and she ends up offering Marin a job at her estate. And at first it seems too good to be true, but this old woman really just wants a friend. She's lonely. She wants someone to attend parties with, someone to be there for her, and so she does hire Marin, and Marin ends up moving to this estate and away from her job and group home, and that's where she meets the woman's grandson named Nicholas. He doesn't trust a lot of the employees that his grandmother hires because the last one that she hired was this driver, and he ended up stealing from his grandmother and also slandering her in the public eye. So he thinks that Marin has bad intentions and is looking to take advantage of his grandma. So he instantly hates her, and they have a lot of really funny banter because the two of them don't like each other. I think it's more that he doesn't like her, but she's not really a fan that he doesn't like her without knowing her. And so far it's really cute. It's pretty lighthearted. I'm curious if the book will take a more serious turn toward the end. Right now nothing has happened between the two characters, like no kissing or anything like that. There have been a couple of close calls, but I heard that this one is a little bit more of a slow burn romance, which I am in the mood for because a lot of romances I've read lately have kind of just jumped into things. So at the moment I'm not really sure what I'm going to rate it, but I do have high hopes that I'm going to finish it today. And today is actually pretty special. Like I said, it is Sunday, May 3rd, and my husband and I are celebrating our 4th wedding anniversary. This morning we went out and got some donuts and some coffee, and tonight we are making a really nice barbecued steak dinner. We're having a pretty normal day, but we just wanted to do something a little bit special for the occasion. So today I've been mostly spending time with my family and just hanging out. But like I said, I do plan on reading more of this book and finishing it today. I will definitely show you guys our steak later when we do make it because my husband is the grill master. He makes amazing steak. So when I have more to update, I will come back and talk to you later. So for our anniversary dinner, we decided to do some ribeye steaks, baked potato, and I sauteed up some mushrooms, some portobello mushrooms, and they taste really good. I used balsamic vinegar, Lea and Perrins, as well as a little bit of brown sugar and olive oil. And I'm really excited to dive in. It is one of our favorite meals, and my husband's pretty excited.
Super stoked.
So we're gonna dig into this. Okay, so the next day, it is Monday, May 4th, and last night, right before I went to bed, I ended up finishing Love the One You Hate by R.S. Gray, and I ended up really enjoying this one. It was a lot of fun. Like I had said in my last clip, this was a slow burn romance. It took a while for the romance between the two main characters to take off, but once it did, it definitely heated up, and I loved the chemistry and the banter between the two main characters. Did I love the conflict element in there? Not so much. And the ending prior to the epilogue was a little bit abrupt in my opinion. The resolution between the two main characters didn't seem as fleshed out as I wanted it to be, but I did still really like it. I thought the epilogue was really cute. I didn't expect the epilogue to go super far in the future, but it kind of did. Is this my new favorite R.S. Gray book? Definitely not, but I did enjoy it more than some of her other books, so I'm gonna end up giving this one 4 stars. I'm so happy I was able to finish both of these books over the weekend, and both of them were wins in my book. One of them was a 4-star read, one of them was a 5-star read. Unforgettable was definitely the shining star this weekend. It's a new small town romance favorite. Love the One You Hate isn't a new favorite, but it's definitely one that I would recommend reading. If you love the enemies to lovers trope and the Cinderella type of story, I think you would really enjoy it. As always, I will link both of these books down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys on my next one. Bye.